Ooh, that's the worst way. What the fuck? Oh, I didn't. I actually took time to rap that crap. You should appreciate that. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video by your host, Xavior Spade. That's me. I'm gonna kind of switch things up again because I just like being kind of random with this stuff. So we're gonna be looking at some things today. And one of them is going to be a review. So with that review, there's going to be a marker in there. I'm going to tell you right up front. And with that marker, I'm going to teach you how to do a little pen vanishio. You'll be able to vanish some pens and small objects of the sort. So one of the things we're going to be looking at today is Eternity by my boy Emran Riaz. And let me tell you something. This is a dope. So, you know, if you want to stop now, you can. It's done. But this is really dope. We're going to be taking a look at this. Also, I got a bag here. If you don't know what this is, it's a little surprise here. So we're going to be taking a look at these. These are the chicken nuggets by Hanson Chen that are going to be coming out soon because they're all over a
Not happening, bro.
What?
Not happening. It's not happening.
Who even are you? Come on, man. You know who I am. Stop playing. Don't even play like that. What do you mean they're not? Really? Yeah, man. The Kickstarter got taken down for some intellectual property disputes. Oh, word. Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, man. Probably because of these right here. Oh, yeah. I actually forgot about these. Man, I gotta tell you, they're pretty close, but we'll take a look at them. So, thanks for the heads up, bro. Peace out. We're gonna take a look at these, so let's just get the video started. Let's just go. Alright, so I'm going to show you Eternity because it's really not a lot that I can show you, but we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll do the little teachy-teachies, and then I'm going to talk about the playing cards for a little bit, and then we'll have some fun at the end. This is Eternity. Now, this is a trick by my friend Emran Riaz, like I said before. I've known Emran a long time. Man, it's crazy to think about how long you've known somebody until... I think I say this a lot. Every time I talk about somebody that I know, I'm like, man, I've known him a long time. It's crazy. I have known him a long time. We used to all hang out at this magic shop in Queens, New York called Rogue's Magic and Fun Shop. The most muscular person in the room. He usually is the most muscular person in the room. This is pretty much what you get. This right here is the password for the tutorial, so I'm covering it. You don't get these cards, by the way. This is what you get. You get a bag of, this is what you give away. You get a pretty good amount of them. You get some other things in there. You get this marker that I can't really, there's so much here I can't really talk about. Oh! And you get this little bit of cord, which I've never planned on using before. But everything comes in here. It's a nice little package. There were some other things that came in these little baggies that I'm actually using right now. The tutorial itself is taught by Emran and by 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗪, who both, not both, but I know Nick works for Penguin. Emran just teaches a couple of his own routines and handlings. Nick teaches a few of his own routines and handlings. Very, very well done. Played with it for a little while, because when you first watch the instructions for it, man, you go, there's no way that this is going to work. Like, there's just no way. It's so bold, and it's so, like, in their face, right? And it's really, when you do it for the first time, you just go, holy cow, man. This is friggin' phenomenal. Like, it's great. And then when you hand it to them and you let them keep it, and the moment that they see the thing, because basically the effect is you have on your keychain or your necklace an engraved, like legit engraved medallion. And when I first opened it up, I was like, oh, I don't know. But it's legit, and you give it to them and they keep it, and it's amazing. I don't know, I love it. I think 3 or 4 different handlings of the routine. A way to do it with the necklace, which I'm not too keen on. I do like the keychain thing that they talk about. That's the one that I do. And there was another effect that I got from Penguin, actually, that for me just meshes so perfect with this. And when you combine the two, oh, it's so good. I'll actually talk about that effect another time. But those two things together, man, mentalism is so strong. And I think I've spoken about this before, but for a long time I didn't do mentalism, not because mentalism is bad, but because I saw boring mentalists, and that made me not want to get involved in mentalism whatsoever. Now, I'm going to tell you, the marker that you get with it is a special marker. I don't want to show it to you. Not that, I mean, I'll show it quickly. Not that I'm giving anything away by showing it to you, but this is how this whole effect works. That and the medallions that you get, and it's I wish I could tell you. I think if you're going to play with mentalism and you don't want to feel kind of cheesy or corny, this could be a cool way to get into it, just because, other than like the cell phone things, I think a lot of the cell phone mentalism stuff, when done well, can be really awesome. But this is just so different. It's something personal to them, it's something personal to you, and then you give it to them. You just, here, you take it and you give it to them. You're almost immediately ready to start again. I don't know. I love it, man. I've done it a few times, but I took it for like a real run when I was doing a show a couple of weeks ago for All Saints in the city. And I was just out in the street. You know, I didn't even know that this was going to be happening. What was known about the show wasn't told to the performers, and it was kind of like a last minute mess, but I brought this with me for one type of event, and randomly it was a different one because nobody told us, and I still used it and had a lot of fun with it, and the reactions were really awesome with it. I love it. Emran, I think you did a great job with this. I am loving it. Go get it, man. There'll be a link in the description below if you want to pick this up. Also, 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗢. There's going to be links to my company's page, Lost Art Magic, in case you want to go pick up some tricky do's and do some stuffs with the magic, so you can buy some stuff through us. All it does is help support me. It helps support this channel, helps support Lost Art to create more magic for you guys, and helps me create more content for you guys. So if you do buy something, thank you, and if you don't, no big deal. You can help out either way. Just get me a thumbs up, like, comment, you know the deal. All that stuff helps. But enough of the show. It is called Eternity by Emran Riaz. It is dope. Go, go, go. Bye, 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 bye. Right now. So while we're here, I might as well teach you how to vanish a pen, and then we'll talk about some playing cards. Alrighty, so today we're going to learn how to make the pens vanish. Now, you could do this with a pen, you could do it with like a pencil or a straw even. Something kind of firm and straight and that can fit in your hand. This is commonly known as the wand vanish or the snap vanish, not to be confused with the strike vanish or the other snap vanish with cards that a lot of people give away. Long story short, you could just take this and just whoop, give it a little snap and it vanishes. You could do it on the leg. You could do it when vanishing a coin. And I know Rick Merrill does a thing like this in his Fizamac where he vanishes the marker and then a coin pops up off of his knee. And then you're in position to reproduce it. Also, if you want to kind of switch it up a little bit, you can come here. And then if you have something on your wrist, you can stick it in there and you can show your hands kind of empty. So this is basically what's happening. So from this side here, all that's going to happen is this. That's basically it. So from here, you're going to pivot the object in towards the palm and then flatten out your wrist a little bit. So you start out and then you're going to end up here. Now, doing it this slow, you're going to kind of give it away, but you can do a retention vanish with an object like this. Right? I'll do it this way so you might catch a little bit more of a flash. So from here, you can do that. And to do this, basically all you're going to do is hold the pen kind of like this. If you notice, the back of my hand is facing up and it leaves the pen kind of downward. right? You'll see a lot of people, they'll do things where they come here and they open their hand super wide and they do. You don't need to do that. In fact, I think that's counterproductive to the Vanish. If it's a much more casual thing, right, we just come here and you do that, that can be so much stronger. So you hold the pen in that position, you bring your hand up very comfortably, not to make this overt kind of, I'm going to grab this object, just kind of keep it there cupped, place the object into the hand, okay, see what's happening here? This is the exposed view. Lightly pretend to grab the object, pivot it back into your Vanish position, drop this hand and relax, and then you can clench this hand just a little bit. It doesn't need to be super tight. Just kind of like if you're really gonna, you know, if I'm just gonna put this here, it's just gonna be that, right? So here we just do this, blah blah blah. Play with my little buddy here. And if you don't know who this is, why don't you name him? Let's name him in the comments. Name him. This is a Labbit. This is a spotted bunny with a mustache. So let's name him. He's gonna be the new mascot of the show. So yeah, so I'm gonna just give him a little pet. I'm just gonna scratch him, hold the marker in his hand. But now it's the same thing, right? You just come over here, and now it's vanished, right? That's the feel that you want with this. So from here, hand goes in front, pivots, grab, drop, right? Very, very soft and very comfortable. You don't want to push it too much, right? Now, if you want to vanish it fast, it's the same idea, except without the cover. You're going to use both hands, and what's going to happen is this is going to create tension. So you're going to kind of flex this a little bit, and then you're going to let go with one side. You see how it snaps back, right? That's why it's called the snap vanish. Same idea. You're here, only this time the wrist is going to be angled out. You're going to mirror it with the other side. If you're going to vanish it with the right hand like I am, your middle finger of the right hand is going to be pushing in. So this will happen against the thumb of the left hand, like this. And with a little bit of pressure, you let go, and it flips right into the hand. Now from here, your wrists dip in, out, and down. So you could just come here and sit, done. And then if you have a coin or something. So if you have a coin or something, you can then do a Spellbound change. Vanish, whoop, that's gone. You can pick up a coin or pull a coin out of your pocket. And from the back, what's going to happen is this. You're going to bring the hand up in this position. You see I'm holding it. I'm not holding it with my thumb, just very relaxed and loose. Hand comes up, drops the coin into finger palm, produce this, and you're done. And this is a strong appearance for a lot of things. Like once you start playing around with this appearance, you can do a lot of things with this. You can open the cap, drop out the coin, and you're good to go. That's about it. So there you go. Enjoy. While we're here, why don't we talk about some illegal playing cards? So these cards were sent to me by Hansen Chen. Came in this super nice package. It says made in Taiwan, Hansen Chen Productions, exclusive license from Chicken Nugget Casino. Now if you don't know the Chicken Nuggets are a deck of playing cards made by Hansen Chen that look really, really close to a deck of Jerry's Nuggets, and I think that's what happened. They came in a bag that looked like a McDonald's bag. It comes with a VIP card. That QR code actually brought you to the Kickstarter, which if you were to go look at it, it says that it's been taken down due to intellectual property disputes. A couple of months ago, I did a video with a deck that came from Expert Playing Card Company. Now, this box is a little different. As you can see, there's a flap in the front. There's no flap on the front on these. But this deck was made by Expert Playing Card Company and Bill Kalush. And from what I understand, Bill Kalush bought the rights to use the Jerry Nuggets image to produce a new deck of cards. So it says, these are your first look of the upcoming Jerry's Nuggets, produced by Expert Playing Card Company, exclusive license. So Bill Kalush actually has the license to use the image of the Jerry's Nuggets playing cards. Now, without even looking at the cards, if you were to just look at the box, you could see how similar they really are. Like, it's a problem. And I understand why these cards were taken down. Because 𝐏𝐀𝐕𝐈𝐿𝐿 went and did it right. He went and he got the licensing, he got the agreement, he got the paperwork, and he is legally entitled to the intellectual property of this style of playing cards. If you ever try to print a deck with USPCC, there was a vetting process. There was a process that you had to go through where they would go through their decks and they would let you know, this is too similar to that, this is too similar to that, this is too similar to that. So why didn't that happen with these cards? Well, one super important reason. Taipei, Taiwan. These cards are printed in Taiwan, and Taiwan doesn't have the same process that US PCC has. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure these are printed in Taiwan. Long story short, I don't think that the chicken nuggets playing cards are going to be allowed to be printed, especially through Kickstarter funding. The laws are just different. And I'm pretty sure he could do it on his own, but he won't be able to get funding through Kickstarter because of the intellectual property dispute. But that being the case, I now have 2 decks of illegal playing cards. As of now, the Kickstarter for this deck is not active. You cannot, try to fund it anymore at this point. If things change, maybe you will in the future, but right now, if you were to go to the Kickstarter, look for these cards, it's been taken down. So that's that. Illegal cards gonna be on eBay soon. Check it out. And let's finish up. Alrighty, radio. So that takes care of that. We talked about some illegal cards. We talked about an awesome effect that I really think if you're into mentalism, you should check out. More strolling. I don't know if this would be such a good stage effect, but for strolling, walk around stuff, kind of in the moment, I think it's really good, and I think you should check it out. Also, the illegal playing cards that I now own, that, price is right. The price is right. If somebody wants it, I might be able to sell it. Price is right. We'll see what happens. Let's get into some of the comments that you guys have left me in the last video. So 𝗏𝐻𝐻𝐿 says, super small, super compact is my rap name. Noel Bell says, hey look, it's 𝗙𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿 Puerto Rican 𝐻𝐻𝐒. Actually, I'm gonna find the picture. Somebody actually made a picture of me and 𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐿 next to each other. That's pretty damn close. Oh snap, thanks for the comment. Shout out. Pick me again so I can hear you say rubber baby buggy bumper. Thanks. 𝗙𝐀𝐕𝐈𝐿𝐿 2018 says, hey, where is Fix Your Trick? Alright, let's talk about it. So if you happen to look at the banner on the channel right now, it's a little bit different. I got rid of the Fix Your Trick area. And what happened to Fix Your Trick? Long story short, Fix Your Trick wasn't something that I was necessarily enjoying anymore. Mostly because it became so repetitive. It was a lot of check out my past, people trying to show their product, or a meme, and it wasn't productive. So not only did I feel that it was productive anymore, I didn't feel that there was enough variety in what people were submitting to warrant me doing it every week. It may be something I do once in a while, but it's not going to be a weekly thing anymore because of that. And it's nothing against you guys, it's nothing against me, it's just I really wasn't enjoying saying the same things over and over, especially when it was check out my past, check out 𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗙, check out my past, check out my past, check out my past. Like I said, I just really wasn't enjoying it anymore, and once it gets to that point where I'm not enjoying it anymore, it becomes really difficult for me to do. So I decided to stop doing it. Something I think I'm thinking about doing is, I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch 2 times a week, every Tuesday and every Thursday. Guaranteed, I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch with a few friends, and I'm thinking about throwing in there a Q&A session. So if you want to ask questions or you want to talk about Magic, you can come down there, you can interact with me live. The link for this is my name on Twitch right over here. You can go there, follow me please, it'll just help me out, and we'll do small Q&A sessions while that's going on. And if you like watching me play video games and have fun with my friends, I'm going to do that too. Please come hang out, be part of the fun. I invite all of you to come hang out. I have a ball, and I think you guys will too. So that's something I think about doing, and that's basically what happened to fix your trick. So I hope that answers your question. Stefan Barksdale says, I like reading the comments at the end of the video, but I like your big heart even more. That was beautiful, Stefan. It's not like that, Stefan. Back up, all right? Meek-eel. So I guess Mikael Jones says, is that the 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡𝗙 wide angle? I just got the Osmo Pocket, looking for the Olympus Tough TG6 for more versatile point and shoot. Yes, it is that lens that you're talking about. I got it from Amazon. It was like 15 bucks. Satchel Swede says, your camera settings. What about how you get that sweet bokeh? Okay, so bokeh is really simple. It has to do with sensor size, it has to do with aperture of your lens, and it has to do with distance. So smaller cameras, it's really hard for them to get good bokeh because they don't have very good depth of field for two reasons. One, the sensor is usually smaller, especially like on a phone, or those 1-inch sensors in like the Canon that I have, or even the DJI Osmo Pocket. They're not really good for depth of field. The sensor is so small that it can't really have that big of an aperture, right? So the wider your aperture is, the smaller the area of focus that you can have, which means a broader depth of field. So you see how now the background is more in focus than it was before? That's because my aperture is smaller. I've lowered it. I've actually made it smaller to 8.0. I usually shoot at 2.8 on this lens. So there we go. So now you can see that there's more blur in the background, right? And that has to do with the size. So now it's at 2.8. Now, if I want the background to be more blurry, I could move the camera back, or I could zoom it in and keep a distance behind me. Now you see how much more blurry it is? So there's a few things that go into depth of field, or bokeh, right? It has to do with the size of your sensor. This is a full frame camera with a 2.8 f-stop lens, and there's things behind that don't really make it 2.8, but I'm not going to get into that. So the size of the aperture, a lot of kit lenses that you'll get with cameras like this will be 3.5 to 5.8, and that will be basically, when you zoom in, the aperture will shrink. And there's also the sensor size. So like if you get a cheaper Canon or like a Rebel series, that's going to be a crop sensor, which is usually 1.6, which means the sensor's smaller, which means you're going to get less depth of field. If you're going to use something like a 𝐗𝐻5 or something like that, that's micro four thirds, that's a 2 crop, which means you're going to get even less depth of field. But you can still mimic that with aperture and distance, right? So you can zoom into a subject, pull away from the background. Like you see, the closer I get to my background, the more it's in focus. And when I'm here, the background is more out of focus. So that's basically it. That was a quick camera lesson. What the hell am I doing? Hope you guys enjoy the content. If you like what I'm doing here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of my next video. Leave a comment below to name our new mascot. And if you want to support me, you can do that by buying something from 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗢. I have some merchandise that I'm working on that I'm going to be coming out with soon, so that'll be another way to support the channel. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you do. And that is about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week, and I'm going to start doing some more videos because I got lots of ideas. Peace out.